All right, July 24th, 2022, Fisher's Island Sound, Connecticut shore, just off, just offshore. You can see that rock in front of me. That rock is about 75 yards offshore, but a lot of fog and okay visibility right now, but it gets really bad quick. I stayed pretty close to shore because there's no sense in getting lost in the fog and getting, risk getting hit by some clueless powerboat guy or whatever. So didn't dare get too far from shore. But yeah, I came out here and there was well, I could see bass. They weren't blitzing, but they were just sort of quietly feeding, I guess. There's a pretty good concentration of them right in this spot, so I stayed here for a while. No big fish. Biggest one's probably 25-inch for the day. Most of them were around 22, 23. But yeah, there were a lot of them, and they were just kind of consistently feeding the whole time. You can see that little band of fog right there is thick.
Yeehaw! Acrobat.
Started fishing with a like a soft plastic greenish type thing. It's a Super Fluke 7-inch Magnum Super Fluke, and no takers. Nothing really would touch it. Had a couple of boils behind it, a couple of snubs, but yeah, nothing else really looking for it. But as soon as I switched to this white color, yeah, they were all about it. But yeah, you can see there's the fish, just sort of you come up and you'll see like a dorsal fin or a tail fin or just a little boil, and they're just kind of cruising around slowly. They're not really hitting the surface hard, but yeah, you can hear them. You see, I cast right over that fish, and he didn't take it. But when I came up, you see that piece of eelgrass on there, and yeah, they won't touch a lure if it's got a piece of weed on it. So I think that might be the fish. Once I took the weed off, then I caught him. Here's a classic case of fish where the fish are. You see there was a little boil right there. I was just kind of waiting because I know the fish are feeding, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to just randomly cast. So I'm better off, wait till one shows himself and then put a lure right in front of him, and you got a lot better chance. You can hear in the background there's one single boat out there. He is pretty far away, so I'm not worried about him coming over this way and running me down, but can hear him in this fog. But it's the guys that ride around and like leave their motors idling. They just miss so much. 'Cause when it's quiet, I can hear. So there's so much going on between the birds and the fish on the surface and everything that the the powerboat guys just, they miss all that. Yeah, this one I cast pretty far. I usually don't cast that far because well, I just don't need to. Plus, there's a lot of eelgrass and just weeds floating around in the water. So the further you cast, the more likely you are to pick up weeds. You know, you can probably pick up a weed every 10 feet of line that you pull in or so, but depending on the lure. But these super flukes have the hooks. They're not really exposed, so it's really, it works really well for this area where there's a lot of grass floating around. You know, any treble hooks or really exposed or protruding hooks will pick up everything just constantly. I left this section of video in because it's just so cool. There's so many fish just feeding on the surface right in front of me, right next to me. I don't think I actually hooked anything here, but you can see there's one right to the left of my bow, and then there'll be another one right up to the right of off to the right of the bow, and you can hear them splashing behind me. There's a ton of fish just cruising around right here. Can hear those birds off. They're not too far away, but um, they're they're the other direction away from the ramp and where I need to get back to. And there goes one right now. But it didn't really make any sense to go off into the fog. If I didn't have to, I know there's fish right here. So when you hear a lot of birds squawking like that, carrying on, that means there's a little, there's active fish feeding, but I played it safe and kind of stuck close to shore. I was maybe 100 yards from the closest shore right here.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I was hearing fish behind me, seeing them in front of me, and there's one right in front of me, and then I cut a section for slow mo. You can see there's a flash of white where you can actually see the fish come into view underwater. You see this flash of white right there, and yeah, it's cool. He's having some breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, my beat up old shoulders are getting pretty tired. I had to brace the butt of the rod against my vest because my arms are too damn tired. And that fog just kept getting thicker. Oh, missed it. But one boat actually came in here, um, and he was about 20 feet from me. I don't know if he saw me or not. I blew my whistle just to let him know I was there. There's a lot of rocks in here, so you know, unless you really know the area, especially in the fog, you don't see a whole lot of boats in here. At least, especially no big ones. Little ones, but yeah, it's a nice quiet spot. Yeah, it's getting towards the end of the action here. That might have been the biggest fish actually. You know, it was like sunrise, 5:15 or so to about 8 o'clock. It was pretty much all wound down, and that's right when the fog actually started clearing. But yeah, good day, good July striper fishing.